wineries, breweries, events, and more. Maya Acosta here with Claire Scotty today. Claire, how are you?
Ooh.
The Halloween spirit has taken you over.
It has taken me over. I am so excited for Halloween. I love this holiday. I love how creative everybody gets. I love we all put on our courage hats, right? It's like everybody wants to go out and be thrilled and spooked and dress up and be creative. And I love this time of year. And it's also compounded with the chill in the air that we finally have and the changing of the leaves, and it's all just coming together. So I'm so excited, and Tehachapi is definitely coming out for Halloween.
Yes, absolutely. I think, as you're saying, it's kind of a time of year to come out of your comfort zone a little, whether it be, going and getting spooked at a haunted house or, designing that Halloween costume that you've always thought would be really cool.
Yeah.
And then you just do it. And then you're like, this was awesome.
Yes. Have you been working on your costume?
Not yet. I keep meaning to. Last weekend I was supposed to, and here it is, Halloween weekend, basically. This is when all the parties are happening, and I am still costumeless, so I'm going to make a quick run either down to the AV or to Bakersfield to try to pull something together last minute. I do this every year. Every year.
It really snuck up on us, I feel.
It did.
It's so many fun things have been happening, and now suddenly Halloween is here. So I believe in you.
Oh, thank you. And remind me, you were still doing Dragon and Dragon Tamer with your daughter?
Yep, that is still the plan.
Okay.
So I've got this big old inflatable dragon costume with like giant wings.
Nice.
And so it's really fun trying to get through doorways. But my daughter's super excited, and she's very, very thrilled to be strutting her stuff all weekend and into next week as well.
Yes, and as you were saying, all weekend we have so many Halloween themed things happening. All of the trunk or treats, all of the, I'm sure our wineries and breweries are getting nice and spooky.
Yes.
So let's dive right in. What's going on this weekend?
Yes. Let's start with our breweries. We have West Lane Brewing. They have a really fun Halloween concert show and costume party happening on Saturday. And this will be starting at 6 p.m. It's available to all ages, and it's $10 for a cover charge. But Iron Mind and House of Wax came together, and they put this concert on that's featuring Out of Line, True Bearing, Ill Communication, and more. So a lot of punk rock bands, a lot of spooky bands, bands that you're going to want to just get up and headbang or dance or, get your energy out. And so lots of fun that night. And the food is by Mondo's Brickyard, which does like an oven pizza.
Cool.
So yeah, super yummy, super awesome. And then we know on Fridays they do their teacher appreciation night, and you can watch Warriors games. So West Lane has it going on all this weekend. Local Craft Beer has their musical open mic night, probably like a spooky theme maybe. Ooh. Or some of our musicians might break out, some Monster Mash maybe. Who knows?
Okay. Yep.
Who knows? And then Friday through Sunday, Lupita's Hot Tamales is always serving up delicious food. Tuesday, they have a spooky forest paint night with As Unique as the Art. That starts at 6 p.m. And then on Wednesday, Geeks Who Drink Trivia night starting at 6:30. Over at Triassic, they have a huge haunted saloon that they've been doing. So get your wine over there at Triassic Vineyards. And that's happening from the 25th to the 27th, so all weekend. And then on Saturday, they have Cub and Gut Pizza coming. And then Bear Mountain Boys will be playing at 3:30. And then on Sunday, California Hot Dog Company will be there, and Guitar Ted will be playing at 3:30. And then on Sunday, from 5:30 to 8, they have a Ghoul-tastic costume party.
Ooh.
Yes, so kind of like the big culmination of their whole spooky weekend.
Yeah.
And like I've said before, the costumes are outrageous. So it's super fun. Everybody brings their all, and there's prizes and all kinds of fun stuff for those winners.
Cool.
Yes. Over at Dorner Family Vineyard, Saturday they have Tamara Solange playing, and Robert Heft and Dave Wilson will be playing on Sunday. They have those delicious pulled pork sandwiches that are oh so tasty this time of year. They also have their charcuterie and their dipping trays and all kinds of deliciousness, and a few varieties of local beer as well. Over at Tehachapi Winery, they have their happy hour every Friday from noon to 6, and that's 20% off all wine purchases. And this Saturday, they have Flashback playing from 2 to 4. Over at Stray Leaves, they have introduced some yummy soups. And so when it's so chilly outside, it's delicious to have a soup, and especially a broccoli cheddar soup this week.
Ooh, yum.
Yes, and they have that mulled wine coming out. Just waiting, because I know all of our vineyards are going to have their own mulled wine recipes here, and the glue vine from Dorner Family Vineyard, and so it's happening.
Yes.
It's all coming together. And then we know that Stray Leaves is open Thursday through Saturday, 3 to 8 p.m. Over at Tehachapi Wine and Cattle Company, their entertainment this weekend is to be announced, so it'll be a spooktacular surprise.
All right.
But I know that they have decked out their whole vineyard with so many fun decorations, and they have an undead lady who likes to drink wine at the bar, and so she's always fun to take pictures with.
Nice.
And they have their full amazing menu that pleases everyone every week. Okay, so we know our breweries, our vineyards all have fun things happening, but there's so many other fun things for this Halloween weekend as well.
Yeah.
We know Tehachapi Terror has been terrorizing everyone this whole month, and they're really gearing up for the last big push this last weekend. They'll be open the 25th, 26th, 27th, and the 31st next week from 6 to 9 p.m. over at Woodward West in Stallion Springs. That's at 28400 Stallion Springs Drive. This is probably the last weekend for hay rides and pumpkins.
Oh, yes.
So if you haven't had a chance to get out there to Bright Creek Farm and do that pumpkin patch, paint some pumpkins and ride those hay rides and get that fall festival, full experience here in Tehachapi. They're open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 5, and the hay rides are typically on Saturday, and there is still face painting and pumpkin painting and all the good stuff. We have some really fun things happening on Friday this week, kind of kicking everything off. Our local public library has a Halloween bash starting at 3:30 on Friday. Lots of fun, spooktacular crafts and food and games and all kinds of fun stuff. Healthy Hippie Trading Company is doing a paint night with Gio's Joy of Painting.
Okay.
Kind of a new painting group up here, so that'd be really fun. Maybe a different style of painting. And they are located at 20418 Bryan Way, and this is happening Friday at 6:30. Prime Bar and Grill is doing a Freaky Friday costume party.
Nice.
They are over there on Stuber Road at 480 East Stuber Road, and they have costumes, DJs, all kinds of delicious foods, special drinks, all those fun Halloween cocktails, all kinds of fun stuff. And then we know Friday, we have Alta One Federal Credit Union is doing their trunk or treat out on their parking lot area. They have several wonderful local businesses that are partnering and making this a wonderful event. And that'll be from 6 to 8 p.m. on Friday. And then on Saturday, Coldwell Banker Frontier is doing a parking lot trunk or treat and a haunted house. So bring those kiddos, get them all dressed up. We've got opportunities for costume contests all throughout this weekend. That will be 4:30 to 7:30 on Saturday. And then Goulden Hills is taking place at Meadowbrook Park on Saturday from 4 to 9 p.m. And then as soon as the sun goes down, there's a Hocus Pocus movie happening. Ooh. Yes. So exciting. T-Pops is having their Halloween concert on Sunday. It'll be Sunday at 4 p.m. And they're located at 123 West F Street, and they will be doing a musical rendition of The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Cool.
Yes, so super excited for T-Pops and hearing this Halloween concert. So the big culmination for Halloween is the Downtown Treat Trail.
Yes.
So excited for this. There's over 40 businesses and organizations that are coming together and doing candy and arts and crafts and games and so many fun things for all these kiddos to come on out and have a safe, fun, trick-or-treating experience.
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be a ton of fun. Last year was, the inaugural event, kind of as it was taken over by Funky Junk and with the help of the chamber. And it was so much fun. So I imagine this year is going to be even better. There were so many kids and families, people of all ages, really, that were out in their awesome costumes, getting candy, enjoying the spooky spirit. The weather, it may be a little brisk next week, but we can't complain. It's better than it being hot as it's been. But,
and sweating in the costumes. I've always tried to layer the costumes, right? And so that way you can still show off your costume, but still be nice and toasty warm.
Exactly.
So,
it'll be a ton of fun. And it is so cool to see how many of our local businesses are willing and excited to join in on this and provide a very safe and wholesome evening for our kids and families.
Yes, and we are asking for candy donations. A lot of the businesses are providing candy, but it was such a huge hit last year that we did get a lot of candy donations and we went through all of it.
Yeah.
And so there's thousands of families that come on out and they enjoy this wonderful, safe environment and this wonderful holiday. And so if you can donate one bag of candy, that really goes a long way. And so you can drop it off at the chamber or at Funky Junk on Tehachapi Boulevard. The chamber is at 209 East Tehachapi Boulevard between Taco Sandwich and Railroad Park. And that will really, really, really help. You just get one bag of candy and donate. That's really helpful. And plan to spend at least an hour. At least.
Yeah.
Probably closer to 2 because you're going to be going all around downtown, including City Hall and Joyful Life Hypnotherapy and Miele, Apothecary. So many businesses down here, all the way down to Auntie M's Antiques. And the visitor center, all of those guys are going to have candy and all kinds of fun stuff.
Cool. Very fun. And a note for drivers, obviously there's going to be a ton of people walking around, lots of kids walking around. So just beware. It's going to be very busy downtown. So take your time.
Take it slow.
Make sure we keep all of our ghouls and goblins safe out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Good stuff.
Yes. And next week is November already.
It's already November. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And we still have lots going on already into the start of the month. So things to put on your calendar as we're looking down the road. We have a very special and exciting unveiling of a mural, a patriotic mural outside of the VFW on Tehachapi Boulevard. It was done by Mark Bastana. He is a nationally acclaimed artist. His art is amazing. He has artwork that is in the Pentagon in DC. He's designed several space shuttle mission patches for NASA astronauts. And he is just super talented. A very cool, unique guy. And the mural that he's done is on a utility box, a city-owned utility box. So the city sponsored, the paint and supplies and time that needed to go into this mural. And it is just a fantastic piece of art. So we're going to be unveiling that to the public on November 4th, Monday, November 4th at 11 a.m. there at the VFW. So Mark will be there, to help unveil and Tehachapi murals and make art Tehachapi. All of our local arts groups and the mural commission that has done so much to revitalize all of our murals around town will be there just celebrating this great new addition to our portfolio of beautiful murals all around town. So we are very excited for this.
Yay. That's going to be so wonderful. And I've just been, every time I drive by, it brings joy to my heart. And it's such a wonderful representation of Tehachapi's love for its veterans and its support.
Yes, absolutely. So we are looking forward to that. And then the next day, on Tuesday, November 5th, first, it is a voting day, election day. So make sure you go do your civil service and vote. But we are also holding a final community hometown Christmas planning meeting. So that'll be that Tuesday, November 5th from noon to 1 p.m. at the TPD community room at 220 West C Street. And this really, if you've gone to these meetings previously, this year, I should say, you don't necessarily need to come to this again. This is more for reaching out to those who still haven't yet submitted an application or maybe have heard, inklings about the Hometown Christmas and they're like, okay, Yep, I want to join. This is for you to come and learn kind of what to expect and the best way to apply. And really, if you have any ideas or thoughts of how we can add to the event, please come. And we would love to chat. So we are also still have applications open until November 7th. If you are interested in being a vendor, having some arts and crafts, being a business, that one's on our business map. So still lots of time to get those applications in.
Woohoo! Excellent.
Yes.
And then we have Veterans Day coming up, November 11th.
We do.
And there's going to be a wonderful ceremony and event to honor our local veterans at Central Park. TVRPD is helping host and organize this, as well as our wonderful group of veterans. So we have the American Legion Post 221 and the VFW and so many organizations coming together. Blue Star Moms and, just amazing people in our community. And so they're all coming together and they've been planning this ceremony and this event. And it will include laser tag for kiddos after the ceremony, just a wonderful representation of our support. And there'll also be a veterans resource fair. And so many community members and businesses in our community offer wonderful resources to our veterans, but sometimes that can be hard to locate and to find. And so these businesses are going to come out and share what resources they have. And so it's a great opportunity for everybody to come out and learn, what the support is and feel some appreciation.
Yes, absolutely. And on the topic of Veterans Day events, so obviously that's taking place on Monday, November 11th, the ceremony kicking off at 11 or 11:11, I believe is the exact time. So that'll be at Central Park, a really great event every year. It's so well attended by our community, and it's you feel so patriotic and proud of these, men and women who have served our country. And it really is a very touching event. Would definitely recommend checking it out. But we also have another Veterans Day event that's happening out at Marley's Mutts. So that's going to be taking place the Saturday prior, November 9th, from 11 to 3. So this is the Veterans Day Rescue Ranch event where they're going to have adoptable dogs, carnival games, face painting, food truck, live music from Angel's Roost, vendors, service dog demos, and more. So plug, as always. If you go back, I think just one episode, we had an interview with Connor Long with Marley's Mutts, and he talks all about it and this really cool new program that they're doing with veterans, which you can learn more about at this event. But basically, it's, how they have horse or equestrian therapy to help folks with PTSD or other sort of, things that they're struggling with. They're going to do a similar program, but using their dogs. They're amazing dogs that they have out there to help support our veterans here in the community. So really cool event and then program that you can learn more about on November 9th.
Excellent. Awesome. And we do have a parade happening on Veterans Day as well, kicking off at 10 a.m. downtown on Green Street. So right now we're asking for people to participate. Participation has been a little bit low, but we know Tehachapi comes out last minute. So we're sending out a request. So if you would like to be a part of this parade, it is free. You just need to sign up with the chamber or TVRPD or the city. You can come by and let the city know, yes, I would like to be a part of this parade. And as long as we have a good amount of people that would like to attend, then that parade will be a wonderful introduction and beginning to this wonderful day.
Yes, and we definitely need those interested parties to get in touch with the chamber as soon as possible, because if we don't get much more participation, we may not be seeing a parade, which is unfortunate. But, we need the community support. Everybody is interested and wants to have a parade, but we have to have people to go in the parade.
Yes.
So yes, reach out to the chamber for that if you're interested in getting an application and joining in on this Veterans Day ceremony and parade.
Awesome. Yay. And I did forget that October 30th, there is a blood drive happening. Mm-hmm. So 10 to 4 at 502 East Pinion Street. We have Houchin Blood Bank. They're coming out with their vampires and they will be doing a blood drive. And as we've mentioned before in previous episodes, one donation can save up to 3 lives.
Yep.
And so a really great opportunity to do something amazing. And it only takes a few minutes of your time. And, there's usually something to eat, like a little cookie or something.
Snacks.
Yep, there's snacks and juice and all kinds of stuff to, keep you motivated. So please consider doing that.
Yes, and if you're a successful donor, all successful donors will get a cool glow-in-the-dark holiday or Halloween-themed T-shirt to commemorate, your spooktacular blood donation.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, exactly, right? Can't go wrong. All
Awesome.
right.
I think that's everything I had. It's just the celebrations continue, and Tehachapi just keeps bringing it out, and I love it.
Yeah, the fun does not stop here. My goodness. There's always something to do. And if you are listening and you have something to do that you would like to share with everybody, be sure to email us, media@tehachapicityhall.com, and we will add that to our list of the fun things happening. And if you have any questions about anything that you heard on this episode, you can email us there at that same address or send us a message on social media at City of Tehachapi. And Discover Tehachapi has a great recap of all of these events and activities that we just talked about, where if you're like me and you listen to what we were saying and it went in one ear and out the other, go back and review and put things in your calendar at Discover Tehachapi.
Yes, thank you very much.
Of course. Thanks for coming in and bringing in all of this information, Claire.
Yes, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Yes. All right. Everybody listening, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you back here next time on Tehachapod.